Welcome Libra to Angeltopia TV, the home of Soothing Angel Tarot. I'm really happy that you've joined me this evening because we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to take a look ahead at the next 3 months. We're going to look at July, August and September of 2023. So I'm really glad that you're here with me this evening. And yes, this is an evening read. The other videos that I've posted so far have been done during the daytime, but it's a gorgeous night tonight and I'm feeling really happy, and I thought I would sort of channel that energy into your reading, and why not, I guess. So before we start, if you're enjoying the content of this channel and you are looking forward to seeing more, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get notified when new videos drop on the channel. Remember to put a thumbs up on the video if you enjoy the reading and it resonates with you, and also share the video with any other Libra out there that you think will benefit from the messages. So that way, obviously, more people can find us, we can grow this community and keep things growing. Also, I just need to remind you as well that these kinds of readings are no substitute for professional healthcare or financial advice. They are intended for your gentle guidance and soothing comfort only. So with that said, the cards have been pre-shuffled and are ready to go. Let's dive right in and see what your angels have to tell you for the months ahead. So right out of the gate, we have the Page of Water, the Dreamer, the Lovers, and King of Water. Gorgeous cards. Okay, let's have a look and just dive deeper into this, see what's going on for you, Libra. Okay. Oh, making a mess. There we go. Right, okay, folks. So first of all, we've got the Page of Water. Now, this card tells me about the days and the weeks leading up to this reading right now. So this card here tells me a lot about sort of new energies coming in. It actually says a new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase and heightened psychic abilities. So I think, like me at the moment, Libra, you can feel that the energy right now is really potent and really magical, and out of that energy, wonderful things can manifest. You could actually have a new person coming into your life, or if you're actually, I'm thinking first of all, before I continue, that this is in relation to some romance, because we've got the Lovers up ahead. So it could be a new person entering your life, or a person that you've known for a while, just having a new energy to them, and therefore your relationship sort of takes on a new meaning or phase. And which it says here, a relationship begins a new phase. But heightened psychic abilities, I feel like you're really going with your gut at the moment, Libra. What the angels are showing me is that you're kind of like, you're trusting your instincts more, whereas you've been historically quite pragmatic. I feel like you're finally learning to listen to your heart in certain situations. So, you know, because sometimes matters of the heart are not logical. They're not irrational either. They're somewhere in between. So sometimes you just have to listen to your instincts and get a sense of what's happening. And you sort of do an energy forecast on yourself and go, all right, this is good. How am I feeling right now? I'm feeling great. So obviously I need more of the same, that kind of thing. And what I love here is that I feel like this is a little bit of a sunset going on in this imagery. So the sun is setting on your sort of previous phase, and you're moving into uncharted waters, shall we say, but those waters seem quite plentiful. You've got a little dolphin here who is symbolic of play and fun. You've got a cup that is full to the brim, so you feel like your heart is quite full at this time. There is a shark here, but he's not ominous, he's not threatening. It's just that's your pragmatic side still showing itself. But your angel here is sort of shining a light to say, you know, it's okay to listen to your heart as well. You have an orca here as well, which I think are beautiful creatures. And he seems playful as well. He's not posing a threat. So even things that seemed harsh before are sort of softening around the edges, and that might actually be referring to you, Libra. I feel like sometimes people can perceive you as being quite prickly, and then as you've sort of learned to listen to your feelings a little bit more, you sort of start to, you're not going soft as it were, but you are actually, you value your feelings a lot more than you used to. Whereas before you would just discard how you were feeling. Oh, that's silly, I need to be sensible. But your angels with this card, like, and most recently as well, you've sort of been thinking, maybe I should, not be so sensible all the time, and just and listen to what I'm enjoying deep down in my soul. Heightened psychic abilities, this is where this comes in. The more you're in tune with your heart, the more you open your heart up and let yourself be open to different possibilities and things that go against the usual grain for you, Libra, you find yourself, every sense in you is sort of tingling. So you become more susceptible. Like you'll start to experience things like you talk about someone you haven't talked about in a while, and then they phone you up randomly, or you say a celebrity's name and then the next thing you know they're in the news. It's kind of like that. You're tapping into sort of psychic abilities that are latent in you, but it's always been there. You've always had that ability to plug into something more spiritual, but you've kind of always pushed it aside in favor of the sensible and, the more... I had a word lined up there and it's not right. You are very, like I said, you're a pragmatic thinker, so you like to be realistic about things. You try not to be a dreamer. And what's happening is that most recently you've felt yourself change. You are dreaming, and you're allowing yourself to dream for the first time in ages, dreaming of a better future, dreaming of things that bring you happiness. It could be a person or a place or a situation that just lights you up, and your thoughts are dwelling on those things, and you're thinking, wow, perhaps I have been a little bit too sensible, and I've gone for the logical route, when sometimes it does benefit you to let your heart lead the way sometimes. So really interesting energy. And obviously Page of Water cards are all about our thoughts and our feelings, more about our feelings than our thoughts, shall we say. And you've got some key wording at the top here which says intuitive, sensitive, artistic and friendly. Now these key words are how other people perceive you. Now, did you ever think, Libra, that someone would perceive you as sensitive or intuitive? That's kind of new territory for you, I think, Libra. So you feel like, why am I not more alarmed by this? Why am I sort of welcoming this way of thinking after being a certain way for a long time? The answer to that, Libra, is that you're listening to your heart more, but you're tuning into your higher self, and you're aware of the energies around you. And the more you become aware of that feeling, the more you will emanate a frequency that draws more of the things that you love in towards you. You've had a wall up for a while. The angels are showing me a barrier, and that tells me that you've had an emotional wall up for several years, and for the first time in a long time you're feeling like you're brave enough to kind of pull some of those bricks down, and you're letting yourself be more accessible than you ever have before. And as a result, people are picking up on that change, that energy, and saying, oh wow, he or she is nice, they're approachable, I'm really finding that they really are sort of intuitive in terms of they seem to know what's up, without telling them. And you are not only surprised by this, Libra, but you're also enjoying it to your astonishment. So I like where your energy is at the moment. It's really interesting. So going into July, this card represents what's happening in July for you. Look at this. It immediately follows on from that, in that you are embracing the energy of the dreamer. This is Archangel Metatron, and he's a great angel for finding your inner voice and letting it speak to you. It's about having faith rather than logic, which is kind of where you've been headed recently. So it says, a leap of faith, follow your dreams and unexpected opportunities. You can see this gentleman in the picture here is about to kind of step through some sort of gateway, some sort of portal, and he's sort of intrepid. He wants to explore, and you are excitedly exploring this new side of yourself that you never knew you had. And that to me is a beautiful thing, because you can go your whole life sometimes not letting your mind wander, or opening your mind and your heart up to new things. So I really do feel like, what I love about this is that the dog next to him, it talks about companionship, it talks about comfort, it talks about partnership, it talks about an exchange of energy that's meaningful. And I think that's what you're letting yourself think about a lot more, Libra. And you're stepping through a doorway to something new, and you're at a point in your life where you weren't sure you could ever experience anything new up to this point. I mean, surely you've done everything and been everywhere by now. Your sensible approach to life means that you've gone about life in a really, really by the book kind of way, and now you're just letting yourself be led and going where the wind takes you, and it's leading you to new realms. And I'm really excited for you, because I feel like maybe you have embraced things like meditation or automatic writing and things like that, things that where you channel an energy and something is created as a result. I feel it, I really do. I'm picking up on you sort of creating a new you, and you're allowing yourself to explore that for one of the first times in your life. Like, maybe you've been afraid of it, or kind of reluctant for things to change, but you're sort of embracing change now. You've reached a point in your life where you're happy about where your sensibilities got you, and now you're feeling comfortable enough to dream and wonder what else there is, and you're beginning to explore that in the month of July with Archangel Metatron's help. How exciting. Amazing. Okay, and look at this. In August time, this sort of reaches a crescendo, and you've got the Lovers card here. And now this is a lot to do with, obviously, romance. Yeah, you could say that, but it's also about healing, because Archangel Raphael is the Archangel of healing. And with his superb, lovely green hue, he comes in and works with you when you are sort of healing emotional trauma, and also sort of putting the past to rest finally. And as a result, all of your close relationships with people improve, and as they improve, so does your mental health. So it says here, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, and good health. I think the angels are telling me, they're giving me some sort of dietary change. You may have decided to eat healthier, or go to different restaurants, or tell yourself, I'm going to have a month without takeaways, and I'm going to cook healthy meals for myself. And you might be on a bit of a health kick, Libra, and I'm all for that, and so are your angels. But Lover's card also talks about self-love, self-care. So that would tie in with that, really. I think you're evaluating where you've reached up until this point, and because you've done a sort of recce of your life, and you've sort of gone, right, okay, these are the things I want to improve and change, and I've been a bit reluctant before because I'm all for routine and sensibilities, and now I'm going to sort of explore other options, other things, other perspectives, and I think it's going to do you the world of good. Obviously, the Lover's card, there is a romantic element here because Archangel Raphael is also a matchmaker. So if there is that certain someone who you're meant to be with, August might be the time where that comes to fruition. But also it can talk about an existing relationship getting stronger, and new feelings emerging that might not have been there before, because as you change and improve, so too do all your relationships and your connections to people. And the people closest to you are going to notice that transformation happening to you. So, or happening for you, is the angels had me corrected me there. They were like, no, it's not happening to them, it's happening for them, because this is beneficial. So pay attention in August. I feel like as your vibration rises, your personal and intimate relationships with family, friends, work colleagues, you name it, everything's going to improve and lift, and you're going to be in a very nice mood, I feel, in August. Sort of, you're going to be sort of open to suggestion and possibilities, and you'll feel like picking up the phone and talking to people you haven't talked to in ages, just because your energy's kind of feeling that way. Now, here in September, that also, I love how this talks about opening your heart and mind to those around you, because that's what you've been doing pre-July. And then in September, because you've gone through, you've let yourself dream, you've seen things improve as a result, and now in September, it's more encouragement to open your heart and mind to those around you. It says trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. All this lovely energy, Libra, has put you in a giving mood. You want to do some good with this new energy. You want to perhaps put some money in a charity box, or donate to a cause close to your heart. But you've really started thinking about other people and how you impact other people for the better. And you have, by September time, you've fallen in love with that feeling, and you want to do more. You've discovered that you quite like giving and being generous, and whilst it's not your default mode, it lifts your spirits when you do it, and so you're seeking out more opportunities to do the same. I love this artwork here, where the sort of the merman has got his arms crossed out across his chest, which is suggestive of being a bit guarded. It might be by the time September comes, you're like, I'm being so open and so sort of, I'm a big ball of love. Like, I should protect myself and not be so open. But don't be afraid of it, Libra. I think there's a reason for everything, and there is a reason why you're sort of moving into a more dreamy energy. I feel like your angels, especially your guardian angel, is nudging you in that direction. Do remember that if you want any advice or help from your guardian angel, you do need to ask for it, because angels don't have free will like people do. So they're waiting for an occupation in the background, and if you don't call them in, they can't act. So they're witnessing this transformation, and they're probably going, oh, come on, ask me, because I can help you with this. So do remember to either speak out loud to your guardian angel, or talk to them quietly inside your mind and just say, this is new territory for me. Is there anything you can do to make it feel easier and help me get used to it? And they will help you. You may have 1, 2, or even 3 guardian angels. You definitely have guides that are around you, and guides can be ancient spirits, or they can be ancestors. So sort of just call out, ask out, and ask for help and support in, like, you feel like you're going through some sort of spiritual transition, and it's feeling great, but it's so unknown to you that you're sort of a bit reluctant to embrace it. It's completely understandable. If it's not your comfort zone, then anything out of your comfort zone feels a bit strange, right? So don't be afraid of it, but just kind of, if you need a bit of support, ask out for help. Now again, what I love about this is that pre-July you had this dolphin here, and he's reoccurring here. He's exactly the same dolphin. Look at that. So you might not see, the lighting's a bit dim in here this evening, but I wanted soft lighting. I was guided to do this. Usually I've got a proper light and everything, but I really liked the softness of the light and how the evening felt, so I just went with it. So sorry if it's not as clear to see as usual, but I hope you're enjoying the reading regardless. It also says here, trustworthy and heartfelt advice. So I feel like whoever you talk to about this is going to get it and is going to help steer you in the right direction. You might choose to confide in a friend or someone you trust and just say, I've been feeling different lately, and whilst I kind of love it, it's also a little bit unnerving because it's not what I'm used to. And they might say, mate, I've been feeling the same, or you know what, I can help you with that, and they'll give you some advice that you can carry forward in a really positive way. Try it out. And like I said, I think September is going to be a time where you really do start trying new things, and whilst it might be a little bit intimidating at first, I think it's going to be really beneficial for you. It also says charity work here, and what I was saying before about donating, where did that come out? You're in a giving mood. I remember talking about that. I can't remember where it came out, but yeah, I do. It might even have been this card. I've gone off on a few tangents since I've been holding this card. But I think giving to charity just lifts you up because you know you're helping someone else. And what you've realised about yourself, Libra, is that you like to give. You like generosity. It gives you a warm feeling inside that you've helped another human being out. You've made their lives a little bit brighter, a little bit easier. And you're like, yeah, I like that feeling. I want to start doing that more. And as I say, the key wording at the top here is how others perceive you. And look how it's it's changing. This reading so far is bookended by feelings, and with a wealth of uplifting energy in the middle. But here at the beginning, you were intuitive, sensitive, artistic and friendly, which is a new way to describe you. And then look, by September, people are picking up on even more change in you. So trustworthy, you were always trustworthy, Libra. You could keep a secret as good as the next person, even better. Compassionate, people are seeing your compassionate side and witnessing that. And whilst you may have in past times or past years come across as quite brash and harsh at times, it wasn't the right perception of you because you had all that feeling buried deep down. You follow such a sensible path in life that you find it hard to express compassion, but you have it in spades, and now you're allowing yourself to show it, and people are noticing. You are absolutely respected. People really feel that you can look up to you and they can trust you with, like, if they ask for advice, they know you're going to give some sound advice to them. And they also perceive you as cultured. There are things in your free time that you do that perhaps other people perhaps don't do as much, and people look at that as being part of a culture that's unusual to them but totally accepted and enjoyed by you. So people are picking up on this shift of energy. I'm feeling a shift towards the positive and the loving, and you're just stepping into your own light, Libra. And whereas you feel that the angels are showing me sort of shadow and then light, like you're stepping out of the shadows. I think maybe you have not allowed yourself to fully shine for whatever reason in the past, and now you're allowing yourself to do that in September time. So look out for that. I feel like you're going to be exploring lots of new territory. Whilst it might seem intimidating at first, I think it's absolutely time for you to do so. It's a real good time for you to shine. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit more information on this and get a bit of extra clarity from the angels. So we're going to call on the Energy Oracle just to give us more of a forecast of what is going to transpire. Now, as always, the cards have been pre-shuffled, so let's have a look and see what they've got. Look at that. Healer of all ages. Now, what was I saying about healing? This is very significant because when you allow yourself to dream and you open yourself up more to new things, you begin to heal, and your healing helps you to heal others. So you might start to heal the relationships in your life. and help others to talk through their trauma with them and help them to move on, because you're at a place where you're feeling so great and open and letting love pour in, that your experience in the past, where you may have been through some dark times previously, rather than letting them drag you down anymore, you're using them to help others. You're drawing from that experience to help talk other people through what they're experiencing. And people sort of see you as a wise sage. They will come to you and say, I'm going through this and I'm not quite sure how to deal with it. And you'll be that kind of person that goes, I've been there myself, and this is what I did. And they'll find that so valuable and helpful. So I think that sort of thing is going to present itself particularly in July, and then going into August's energy. It makes sense that Raphael comes in to work for you, because if you've got yourself into a healing mode, both within and helping people externally, it makes sense that he comes in and helps you complete that healing finally. It's in yourself so that you can help others. Look at this, Angel of Strength. By healing yourself, Libra, you are becoming stronger, you're becoming wiser, you've tuned into your higher self and a higher energy, and your vibration is lifted, and people are feeling it and they're loving it, and they want more of that. You battle with it a little bit, because like I said, it's not your default setting. But as you get used to being in that energy a lot more, as you go into September, you're realizing you could open up even more, and you could offer healthy advice to people and start giving more, which is something you've wanted to do for a while, I feel. And then September time, let's see what we've got. We have got, oh, hang on, the cards shuffled about a bit. I'll give them a quick squeeze before I bring out this next one. Yeah, the angels were guiding me to just give them a quick shuffle about. Interesting, adjacent possibilities. Incredible, okay. What I'm getting from this, Libra, is that, and I think this is why they asked me to reshuffle, because this is the card that needed to come out. Now, they're giving me a few different things. By September time, when you open your heart and mind to those around you and to your inner self and your higher self, lots of different possibilities begin to open up for you. So you can see in the imagery here, there's lots of doors that you could go through, even a door in the floor there. But what this means is that as your heart open your heart as it opens up in September, all of these doors are opening for you in every which direction. Whereas before, when you were closed off, these doors were closed. So the possibilities were less. And you're discovering, which is so exciting for me, talking about this for you, I'm getting excited for you. As your energy shifts in this wonderful, beautiful way, it's a real growth. It's an inner growth. And I don't mean that literally, I mean a spiritual growth. All of these possibilities become available and adjacent to one another. So it might be like you wait ages for a bus and 3 come along at once. Once you're open, the possibilities suddenly seem endless, whereas before they seemed a little bit lacking. And that's gonna jar you a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, Libra. Because you're not used to having options. You've felt for the longest time very tied into your present circumstances and situations, and then suddenly life opens a few doors and you're like, my gosh, why didn't I walk this way to begin with? Why didn't I begin this healing earlier? Don't beat yourself up, Libra. It's completely human to embrace something new later in life. I mean, you might not even be that old, really. You could be in your 20s and still feel this. It's a human thing, and the energy in this room feels amazing right now. So I'm really excited to be talking to you about this. This is important. This is a shift that you will remember and has the power to transform your life in so many beautiful ways. So I think July, August and September of 2023 is going to be a time that you look back on fondly and recognize it as a turning point. And you can't get better than that, really, Libra. I'm excited for you. So let's get some final answers from the angels, just a little bit more clarification to see what final answers they've got us. Again, these are pre-shuffled, but I'm feeling guided to give them a quick squiz. Wow, look at that. Forgiveness. You're forgiving yourself finally, Libra. Oh, that's what it is. This is about you forgiving you, and about time as well, because you deserve forgiveness. You've beaten yourself up for every wrong decision you've made prior to now. And you've carried that around with you for such a long time. And now your angels are excited that you're embracing the possibility of moving past it. Look at the light emanating from the figure in this artwork. That's you. You're shining your light. You're illuminating your soul for everyone to see. Finally, it's been tucked away for such a long time. And then here we are at a turning point in your life. That is magical. Oh, look at this. August time. It is up to you. And it is up to you, Libra. You've realized this. You've looked at your situation in your life and you've been like, I'm in control of this. Being sensible seemed like the only way I could control things before, but I realize now that I can be more open in my heart and in my mind, and I can control it. It's not something that's going to lead me. I'm going to lead the way. I can control it. I can have that sort of dreamer's mind and still control it and have a routine and build it myself. Oh, this is beautiful, Libra. Unbelievable. Wow. And look what it leads to. Look at this. Abundance. Now, abundance doesn't always talk about financial abundance. This can be an abundance of feeling. This can be an abundance of luck or time or resources, love from others. Opening yourself up spiritually and in a way that's involving more feeling than you've ever had the courage to express leads to so many good things. What was I saying about all these doors opening? This card insisted on coming out this evening, Libra. And here we are. That's why. Your angels wanted you to know that the more open your heart is and the more you tune into your inner self, your higher self, and a higher frequency, it's going to attract so much good in your life that feeling can only grow and get better. And then that will make you want to make your life follow suit in every way. And you'll just want nothing but better all the time. Like, yes, I'm loving this, but more of the same, please, angels. You're going to learn to ask out. What was I saying about asking your angels? They're standing by waiting to help you. Utilize their strength. Look what it's going to do for you, Libra. Oh, this might be my favorite reading ever. I am so made up for you, Libra. This is such a positive shift in energy, in life experience, in your own personal development. It's going to lead to so much good. Look at her smiling and holding all that gold, and look at the energy pulsing from the top of her mind. Do you know what? I've been reading recently about how the brain affects the body and the life around you. It's all very scientific, but they have measured brain waves, and they know now that when you open your heart, when you recall a moment of joy, like receiving a gift or an unexpected windfall or a hug, and if you revisit that memory, the energy of that, it makes your heart open, and then that energy shoots right from your heart out through the top of your head and creates this amazing sort of magnetic field around your body, a big field of energy that can grow up to 9 feet wide around a person. The more joyful they feel, that bigger that field gets. And you know what that field is? It's attraction. It's your magnet for good, that you're growing with joy, literally. So as you become more joyful, that field expands, and then you're attracting more joy into your field, into your vicinity. And nothing but good can come from that, Libra. Wow, wow, wow. I knew I was right to do a reading, even though it's night time. I haven't done that before yet, but I followed my instincts, and I think you're going to as well going forward. An amazing, amazing reading, Libra. I wish you so much love and happiness going forward, and perhaps in a couple of months check back on this reading, leave a comment, let me know how you're getting on. I would love to know how this unfolds for you. But if you've enjoyed this reading and you want to see more from Angeltopia TV, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and you will get messages saying, oh, there's a new video to watch, and you won't miss a thing. I'd love to have you back here. It's been a joy and a pleasure to read for you this evening. So I wish you love and blessings, and bye-bye for now.